Hi, welcome to the CrafteeManatee. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this kid's bobble stitch bucket hat. This hat is perfect for spring, it's super fun, and it can be customized in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to be working in a different color yarn on camera today just so that you can pick it up. And that created a lot of stripes. I'll actually show you this. This intro is filmed after I filmed this, so you can see what my finished hat will look like that I'm crocheting in this video. So I'm actually choosing not to add bobbles onto this hat. I did work a couple to show you how to do them though, so don't worry, I will show you how to work the bobbles in today's video. But this hat can be easily customized based off of yarn colors. For this one, I used a color changing striped yarn, so added a little bit of fun color to the base of the hat. And then in this one, I added all of these colorful baubles onto a white base. So lots of ways to customize this. You can add more baubles, less baubles, work a solid color, multicolor yarn, lots of fun ways to customize this hat. This hat is designed for kids as far as the width of the hat goes, but you could easily add on extra rounds to the increases, and then you can kind of work the math out for the ruffle. Honestly, you don't have to have the exact increases that I worked on the ruffle because it hides it so well that you'll really never know. You'll never be able to tell. So you can definitely add on more rounds. I would recommend basing it off of measurement. So once we have the top of the hat completed in our first step here that I will work with you, if that circle is smaller than what you want your head circumference to be, go ahead and work more rounds. On the other hand, if it is larger than what you want it to be, you can always make this smaller and make it for like a little kid, like a baby. This is more of a toddler size hat right here. But before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crochet patterns and tutorials. And share this video with a friend who you think would enjoy learning how to crochet this bobble stitch bucket hat. To get started, we are going to need about 100 grams of worsted weight yarn in whatever color you want. That weight does include the bobbles, so you can mix and match the different colors. And we're going to be using a 5mm crochet hook or the letter H. And then we will just need scissors and a tapestry needle for sewing in the yarn tails at the end. To get started, we are going to make a magic ring and make 6 single crochet stitches into the center of that ring. And now we can pull that starting yarn tail tight to help close up the ring. And then we will make a slip stitch in the first stitch that we made, and that helps keep this ring secure. And now we are going to increase in every stitch around. So we're going to go from having 6 stitches up to having 12 stitches. So we are going to increase. And now repeat that 5 more times. And I will meet you back here for our next increase round. And now we are going to be working increase rounds for a little while. So for each increase round, I will pop up the instructions for the round on the screen, and I will work the first repeat with you, and then you can pause the video and work that round on your own. So I'll work it off screen just so that you don't have to watch me work every round here live. That would be a long video, but you can go ahead and just pause the video with the instructions popped up on the screen, or rewind if you want to watch that repeat, the first repeat section again of every round. So with that said, for our next increase round, we are going to single crochet 1 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 18 stitches. So we will single crochet 1 and then increase. And we're going to repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here for our next round. For the next round, we are going to single crochet 2 and then increase, and repeat that 5 more times for a total of 24 stitches. So we'll single crochet 2 and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round. Now we are going to single crochet 3 and then increase, and repeat that 5 more times for a total of 30 stitches. So we are going to single crochet 3 and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here for the next round. Now we are going to single crochet 4 and then increase, and repeat that 5 more times for a total of 36 stitches. So single crochet 4 and then increase, and we'll repeat that 5 more times for this round. Now we are going to single crochet 5 and then increase, and repeat that 5 more times for a total of 42 stitches. So we will single crochet 5 and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here at the end of this round. Now we are going to single crochet 6 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 48 stitches. So we will single crochet 6 and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here for the next round. For the next round, we are going to single crochet 7 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 54 stitches. So we will single crochet 7 and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here for our next round. Now we are going to single crochet 8 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 60 stitches. So we will single crochet 8 and then increase. And now repeat this 5 more times to get to 60 stitches, and I will meet you back here for the next round. And now we are down to our last 5 increase rounds before we'll start working on the height of the hat. So for this next round, we are going to single crochet 9 and then increase, And repeat that 5 more times for a total of 66 stitches. So we will single crochet 9, and then increase, and then increase. And I repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here for our next round. Now we are going to single crochet 10 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 5 more times for a total of 72 stitches. So we will single crochet 10, and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times for a total of 72 stitches. Now we are going to single crochet 11 and then increase, and we'll repeat that 5 more times for a total of 78 stitches. So we will single crochet 11, and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here for our last couple of rounds of increases. Now we will single crochet 12 and then increase, and we'll repeat that 5 more times for a total of 84 stitches. So we will single crochet 12, and then increase. And now repeat that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here for our final increase round. And now we are finally on our last round of increases for the top of our hat. So we are going to go ahead and single crochet 13 and then increase, and we'll repeat that 5 more times for a total of 90 stitches. So we will single crochet 13, and then increase. And I repeat that 5 more times, and I will meet you back here to start working on the side of our hat. And now we are going to start working on the sides of our bucket hat, which means we need to change the direction that the stitches are going because they are going out for the top of the hat. Now we need to turn them to go down. So to do that, we are going to work in the back loop only. So if you're not familiar with how to do that, we have a front loop and a back loop. So we have this front little bit and the back little bit of our stitch. The terrible way of describing that, but we have this front loop here and the back loop there. And so we are going to insert our hook through the back loop only. That's the one that is farthest away from us. And we're going to work a single crochet stitch just like normal. And we're going to continue doing this, working in the back loop only of every stitch all the way around. So that is going to be single crocheting 90 stitches in the back loop only. So I will meet you back here once we have completed this back loop only round. And now to work the sides of our bucket hat, we are simply going to work 15 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So we won't be working in the back loop only anymore. We'll be working just like a normal stitch through both loops because that change of direction has already happened. Our stitches are now pointed down. So all of the rows we work will be pointed down for the edge of our hat. So go ahead and work 15 rounds of single crocheting in every stitch around. So that is 15 rounds of 90 stitches all the way around. So I'll work that off camera and I'll meet you back here to work on the ruffle brim of our bucket hat. All right, I am back with all of those plain single crochet rounds worked. My yarn is a color changing yarn, so it did change from this tan kind of pinky color into purple, and we are about to change to blue. So that's what my yarn is looking like. If you're working a solid, of course it's just a solid color, but it'll be fun to see when this blue comes in with the ruffle. That'll be really exciting to see. But anyway, we are going to start working on the last few rounds of our hat. We actually have 5 more rounds to work, but they are going to be a little bit time consuming because we're adding so many stitches in each round to get the ruffle. So for this first round, we are going to be working in the front loop only. So remember how we turned our stitches to start working down? Working the front loop only is going to change directions again, and it's going to work outwards. So we want that ruffle to go out instead of continuing to go down. So for this round, we are going to work in the front loop only, and we are going to be working half double crochet stitches instead of single crochet stitches. We're going to work 2 half double crochet stitches and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 29 more times. So that's all the way around, and that's going to be a total of 120 half double crochet stitches in this round. So we are increasing by a lot to get that ruffle going, but what we're going to do is yarn over and insert our hook into the front loop only of the next stitch. So instead of working in that back loop only, we'll be working the front loop only. We're going to yarn over and pull through a loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3. And that's a half double crochet stitch. So we're going to do that one more time in the front loop only. And then we are going to work an increase. So working 2 half double crochet stitches in the following stitch. And now we are going to repeat that all the way around. So that is going to be 29 more times, so a total of 30 of these repeats. So go ahead and work that all the way around, and I will meet you back here for our second round of the ruffle. All right, for the next round, we are going to half double crochet 3 and then increase, and then repeat that 29 more times for a total of 150 stitches. So we are increasing quite a lot from our 90 stitches that we're going around, and we are going to be working in both loops this time. So the last round was worked in the front loop only. This one is working regular half double crochet stitches through both loops. So we will half double crochet 3, and then increase, and repeat that 29 more times, which is all the way around. and we'll have a total of 150 stitches at the end of this round. Alright, I am back, and as you can see, my color of yarn has changed. So we are now working with blue yarn. But for this round, we are going to half double crochet 4 and then increase, and we're going to repeat that 29 more times. And our stitch count will jump up to 180 stitches at the end of this round. So we will half double crochet 4, and then increase. And I'll repeat that 29 more times all the way around until we have 180 stitches. And I'll meet you back here for our next round. For the next round of the ruffle brim, we are going to work 5 half double crochet stitches and then increase. And we're going to repeat that 29 more times for a total of 210 stitches in the round. So we will half double crochet 5, and then increase. And we'll repeat that 29 more times for a total of 210 stitches. And I'll meet you back here for the final round of our hat. All right, for our final round of our bucket hat, we are going to work 6 half double crochet stitches and then increase. And we're going to repeat that 29 more times for a total of 240 stitches in this round. So definitely a big increase in the last 5 rounds of this hat, but that is what is helping create this ruffle, which should already be pretty prominent throughout the brim. So we're going to go ahead and work 6 half double crochet stitches. And then increase. And we'll repeat that 29 more times for a total of 240 stitches. And I'll meet you back here to fasten off the yarn, and then we'll add on some bobble stitches and we'll be done with our bobble stitch bucket hat. All right, now we can go ahead and fasten off our yarn. I'm going to do that by making a slip stitch into the next stitch. So just pulling through like that and yarning over and pulling through and pulling through the yarn. That extra slip stitch just helps even up the round so that it's not so obvious where it ends. It just kind of connects in to the next stitch. So now you can go ahead and tuck in these yarn tails. I'll do that off camera and then meet you back here to add on the bobbles. All right, so I went ahead and grabbed this original bobble stitch bucket hat that I made. This is the one that's in the thumbnail, and I just want to walk you through where I added on the bobbles. So we are going to make bobbles of all different colors for this version. You can also opt to not have bobbles on this hat, and then it's just a cute bucket hat. I'm actually leaning towards doing that on this hat that I just made. I think it looks really fun just as like stripes, but I'll still show you on this one how to make bobbles, and then I may or may not add more. We'll see. But for this one, I just want to walk you through because you can see the placement of the bobbles on a finished hat. I feel like that can be pretty beneficial. So if you look at the top of our bucket hat right here, you can see that on this flat part, before we started working down in that back loop only and then working down, I have 4 baubles of each color. So I used 3 different colors for this hat. So we have 4 baubles in yellow, 4 in purple, and 4 in pink. And they're all just kind of spread around, so you can definitely just pause the video and look at this example here and kind of try to place the baubles in similar places. Or you can just eyeball it. You can add more baubles, less baubles. You can do it all in one color. This hat is super customizable, but just to show you how I did it on the hat that's in the thumbnail, we have 4 of each color on the top, and then going around to the side here, I'm going to rotate it so you can see it better, but going around to the edge, I have 10 of each color. So if I fold it in half like this, you can see that in between that back loop only round, you can kind of see it here. This white yarn is tricky to see, which is why I crocheted in a different color for the video. But in this band going all the way around, we have 10 baubles of each color. So 10 yellow, 10 purple, 10 pink. And so that just gave me a really good balance of pop of color for this hat. So if you want to replicate the hat that's in the thumbnail, that is how you will do it. 10 of each color around the side, 4 of each color on the top. So I'm going to set this aside and show you how I actually worked each of these bobble stitches. So to work a bobble stitch, you are going to just insert your hook wherever you want your bobble to be. So I'm just going to pick right here on the top of the hat and attach your yarn. So I'm just going to attach this blue and pull up a loop. So we're just going to pull it up like that to attach our yarn to our hat here. So now I'm going to yarn over once and insert back down into that same stitch that we first attached this yarn to, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And so now I have 3 loops on my hook. So I'm going to do that again, yarning over, inserting, pulling up a loop, and we're going to do that one more time. So there we go. And now we're going to yarn over and pull through all of the loops on our hook. And now yarn over and pull through, and we will cut the yarn off and pull through. And that is what a bobble will look like. So now I'm going to insert my hook from the bottom, the inside of the hat here, up into the stitch right next to my bobble. And I'm going to yarn over with both of those yarn tails and pull through. Careful not to let that bobble pull through. If it does, it's easy to just pop back up. But then on the inside of the hat here, you'll have these yarn strands that you can then just tie in a knot, is typically what I'll do. Just tie it in a knot to keep it secure. And then you can tuck in these yarn tails. So you can either tuck them in now or wait until the end and tuck them all in at the end. So I'll show you that one more time of how to make a bobble, because we will be making a lot of bobbles for this hat if you are following the original bobble stitch bucket hat. So we will attach the yarn, yarn over, insert back into that same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all of the stitches on our hook, yarn over, pull through, that helps secure it, and cut off the yarn. And now we can insert our hook down into the bottom of our bucket hat and pop it up here. Pull those yarn tails through to the inside. I lost them on my hook here, but we can just flip it around and find those yarn tails. There it is. And pull through. And then tie a knot to secure it. And we are going to have a lot of yarn tails. If you do all of the bobbles that are on this original hat here, we have a lot of yarn tails to tuck in. This is what the inside of the hat looks like. I don't think I've shown you that yet. So our bobbles on the inside look like this once those yarn tails are tucked in. So that is how you work the bobbles. You can choose to work as many or as few bobbles as you want. Like I said, for this hat, I'm really liking the look without bobbles, so I might just leave it plain. We'll see. My niece can get one hat of each. I think that'd be really fun. She loves hats, so very fun for her. She's the one that has inspired this bucket hat tutorial. I hope you enjoyed today's video learning how to crochet your own bobble bucket hat. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crochet patterns and tutorials. And you can find all of my other patterns on Ravelry, Rippler, and Etsy. Thanks for watching. Bye.